don't be talking sideways, sideways, sideways.
The NFL on EA Sports brings us to North Carolina and Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the Houston Texans. Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Ka'imi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. Newton on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Set. Ready? Green. Do some.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now it's Watson. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he gets it down to the 32. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great play there. 32 yards. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
180. 20.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Newton to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That one good for 14 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. Out of the gun, Newton. Flush to his right. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
They'll try the air now with Newton. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Jadeveon Clowney able to drop him for a loss of 4.
20.
3rd and long. It's Newton. Trying to lay one up deep. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Well, Charles, you think about the Houston Texans and the turnaround that they've had this year. Double-digit.
I have to jump in.
Oh, because you projected this.
Do we remember preseason? Was there something that was said in preseason
about
Houston Texans?
You want to clear your throat one more time?
Let me clear my throat. Oh, sorry. What were you saying now?
Anyway, I wanted to talk about their season and their turnaround. Double-digit wins, and they're in the mix for a first-round bye. And
just the way that they've played, I mean, let's remember, 0-3 start. Deshaun Watson said, hey, I don't know how much room there will be on the bandwagon when we get rolling. Well, apparently there's a lot of room on the bandwagon because they won 9 straight, took a loss, and then get back on the beam with a win against the Jets in Week 15. But this is a dangerous team with Deshaun Watson at quarterback, DeAndre Hopkins at wide receiver. They can run the ball with Lamar Miller. And that defense, they come for you, don't they, led by J.J. Watt.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That goes for a gain of 31. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a first down throw, Watson. And Thomas has it. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's Watson dancing to his left. Incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. To throw is Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. Touchdown, Houston. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Deshaun Watson, and the Texans will add on to their lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays. run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gotw with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down.
Come on now.
Throwing is Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, we talked about him. They did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Now, that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when
and he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. And Gotw's kick is right through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Underneath for Miller. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be a second down. Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this.
Richmond.
On second down, here's Miller. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made by K1 Short.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. A first down carry now for Miller. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Reset.
They'll try the air now with Watson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. From the gun, here's Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Escaping the pressure right. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Richmond.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Watson going to give this one to Miller. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Fairbairn able to put this one through. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Gotw out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Texans set to come onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because What you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, but you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Well, some news that gave us a chuckle, and we could all use that around the holiday season. Josh Johnson, a great story. He was back home in Oakland when the Redskins called to see if he'd like to join him for the remainder of the season. So how did he get to know his new teammates? Well, what did he do? He turned to the Madden game, Charles.
Yeah, and that's how you learn who they are, right? Learn what they do, have some tendencies, get some ideas about their speed and what they do well and maybe what they don't do so well. And it really helped him acclimate and got himself a big victory in Week 15 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. How about the bloodline of Josh Johnson now? Also related to Marshawn Lynch of the Oakland Raiders and Marcus Peters of the Los Angeles Rams.
Pretty good company. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Richmond.
On second down, here's Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position and throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Watson steps away to his left. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and they're going to have a third down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. They're going for it. It's Watson, forced out to his left. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. So they go on fourth down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They begin with a run by Miller. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
But we just saw him run the football really effectively there with 3 tight ends in the game. And any defensive coordinator, when they see that set, if they can get more bodies out onto the field, not more than 11, of course, but bigger bodies to combat what they're going to do, because that's a run-heavy formation. Those guys are out there to block 9 times out of 10, and in this case, they did it really successfully.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Target.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Well, partner, league-wide, I think we're set up for a wild month of January. It seems like this season, more than others, we've had a number of teams that you maybe say, hey, they're the Super Bowl favorites. Kind of the Rams early, then it was the Chiefs. Patriots kept winning, then the Saints, and now, heck, maybe even the Texans or the Bears could claim that moniker.
Yeah, it's going to make for a wild month of January. And you just wonder right now, are we missing a team or two that's just a little bit outside the playoff hunt? Could they get hot and be those teams you don't want to play and carry that momentum all the way to the Super Bowl? Yes, I'm looking at the Indianapolis Colts as one of those teams.
Eluding the pressure right. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. In for the score. And the Panthers have broken our tie as they take the lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And here comes the Texans now. They're looking to turn things around here. They've been shut down in this 3rd quarter, and that was after a good first half offensively.
And you wonder where it all goes, and it feels like it goes away fast because it takes some time to build up good momentum, great play calling, excellent execution, and then like a blink of an eye, you're losing the game. Yep. How do you get back there again? I'm sure they've talked about it, and they've got a plan. Now can they put it into practice?
The lead gone, now the search to find it again. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Throwing again is Watson. Setting up the screen for Miller. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big gain.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Come back. Reset.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Julius Peppers able to drop him for a loss of a couple. Well, they've got the slim deficit, decided to go for it, hoping to keep the football score and erase that deficit. But, boy, deep in their own territory like that.
Let's just say that with that call, me and the head coach will agree to disagree, all right? But he knew he wanted to be aggressive there, as you pointed out. So I guarantee he told his defensive coordinator, have your guys up and ready. I'm going to go for it here. If we don't get it, just make sure they're ready to go out there and bail us out.
We got three, fellas. We got three.
On second down, here's Newton. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took.
And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Cam Newton, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
And the sneak works on second and goal. They didn't wait until it was fourth down to try and get him across.
No, and I think if you're the QB, you like these plays, don't you? I mean, you want to hand it off sometimes, but also prove that you can get it in there as well.
Yeah, it makes you really part of the gang, doesn't it? It makes you part of the crew, and it really bonds you with those big offensive linemen because then you get to celebrate with the big fellas.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. A very solid gain of 27. On first down, Watson. Flush to his right. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Watson on first down. He's got Fuller. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That's 30 yards now in the last two plays, back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Throwing on first down. Watson being chased out left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Buying time to his left. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off at the 11. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Hey, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, but it's hard to get back that good feeling.
Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Here's second and 10 now from about the 32. Second and 10, Newton again. Now he'll let this one go. Deep left sideline. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame,
and he can't get rid of it, he's taken down. J.J. Watt able to drop it for a loss of 12, and it'll be fourth down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground. And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Watson throwing on first down. Looking deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Dante Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Newton's going to throw it. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So it can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. To the air again, Newton. Dancing to his left. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
There's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
Newton now to throw. Steps away to his left. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back.
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Zach Cunningham able to track him down for a loss of 13. And it'll bring up fourth down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 3rd and long. It's Watson. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Y'all know his name? Hey, yo, Mac, ladies and gentlemen, C5. Oh! Wayne time. Oh! Yeah. Zone. Let me see your shoulders work. I mean, I don't know what y'all came here to do, but, if you ain't got a lighter, what for?
What the though? Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go. Wow, get the though. I don't bluff, bro. At your head, like a buffalo. You a roughneck, I'm a cutthroat. You a tough guy, that's enough jokes. Then the sun died, the night is young though. The diamond still shine, in the rough. What the though? Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, where the ones go? It's a show, put you front row. Talking bro, let your tongue show. Money over and above, that is still my favorite love quote. Put the aside, what the for? I sleep with the and she don't snow. What the yo? Where the love go? Trade the ski mask for the it's a bath. Where the suns go? It's a Swiss beat. That'll drums go. If she's iffy, that'll go. If she's sip, double cup toast. I got a duffel full of hundos. That'll love go. Where's the uproar? What the though? Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go. Wow, get the though. I don't bluff, bro. At your head, like a buffalo. What the though? Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go. Wow, get the though. I don't bluff, bro. At your head, like a buffalo. Get the though. I don't bluff, bro. I come out the scuffle without a scuffle. Bro, I don't though. Yellow diamonds up close, catch a sunstroke at your front door with a store. Knock, knock, who's there's how it won't go. Just the jungle, so have the utmost for the nutsos, and we nuts.
The NFL on EA Sports brings us to North Carolina and Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte. Just a moment ago, the lights, the cameras, the action, all the pyrotechnics, everything was ablaze, everything was allowed here in Bank of America Stadium as Carolina emerged from their tunnel. And we are ready to go as the Panthers get set to match up with the Houston Texans. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. On 1st and 10, Watson forced out to his left. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a 1st down. On 1st down, it's Watson. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. K1 Shores able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. And the pitch goes to Miller. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
And, Brandon, as we continue to see, so much of the influence on this game is now coming from those hybrid-type players. In this case, strong safety, not worried about covering the pass. What a play on the run.
Tackled for a loss.
Yeah, forget the pregame introductions. Introduced himself with authority.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Thomas Davis. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 32 that time. From the red zone now, Newton. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. Back to throw, Newton. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. And Newton's going to keep it. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard on the sneak, not what he was hoping for, and it's 3rd down.
Yeah, partner, they went a little conservative, didn't they? And they ended up marking it short.
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Cam Newton taking it in. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead.
Partner, that was simply an example of getting low, wasn't it?
It was indeed. And for the quarterbacks, they get low the line. They did their job. Is the quarterback's job just to find a crease and dive?
Find a crease and just get in there. Ordinarily, you start low yourself, get low behind that offensive line. But sometimes they do such a great job, you can almost fall forward and find the crease for a touchdown.
And now out comes Houston. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Watson on 1st down, being chased out left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Julius Peppers in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Out of the gun, Watson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Dontari Poe in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a third and long. Watson now throwing on third and long. Buying time to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves him well short for fourth down. They are going for it. Here's Watson. Throw left side complete to QT. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 27 yards, a big play there on fourth. Here's Watson on first and 10. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Call it a 3-yard gain. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on third and long.
Richmond. Reset.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up fourth down. And the first play will be a field goal try. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Hey, we got a second here. Let's go back to Week 15 following the win over Green Bay for Chicago. Happiness rained down on the field. The Bears claiming the NFC North title, but one Bear took his celebration to an extreme. I know you saw this.
Yes, I certainly did. Charles Leno Jr., left tackle for the Chicago Bears, got down on a knee and proposed to his girlfriend Jennifer. So not only celebrating an NFC North title, but now his proposal accepted by Jennifer, who will now be Mrs. Jennifer Leno Jr.? No Junior.
No Junior. By the way, smart move, because she's not going to say no in front of 60,000 people.
Well, I've seen it happen before. Not pretty, but not in this case.
Over the middle, complete. It's Bird. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. Now a first down throw for Newton. Taking a shot for Samuel. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. 54 yards. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. From the gun, here's Watson. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. On first down, Watson. Throwing right side, that's complete. Demaryius Thomas. And he's got room. And he's going to get this deep on the Carolina side of the field. A big-time play there for the Texans. 51 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. To the air yet again, Watson. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Here's Watson. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. Here's Miller. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And a 2nd field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. From the gun, here's Newton. And this throw will be intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Escapes the defender. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Dancing to his left. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together, the front and back.
And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. A great effort there. A 5-yard touchdown run. And now the Texans are within a 2-point conversion of tying up this game. Bill O'Brien with a call here. We'll go for 2. To throw is Watson. Goes right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And the Panthers coming out now. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
McCaffrey. And a decent game there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. To throw on second down is Newton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
After the interception, here's Watson. Steps away to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dontari Poe in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. A shotgun snap for Watson. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10. It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line. Watson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th. Watson. And my goodness, this is incomplete. James Bradbury, he was right there to break it up. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Here's Newton. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, a 22. First down now, but that clock rolling. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that. And
he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, 27 yards. And the Panthers have broken our tie as they take the lead. Gotw the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Gotw out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And now out comes Houston. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Watson on first down. Underneath for Miller. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. To throw is Watson. Operating from the gun. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
Come back.
Operating from the gun, Watson. He's going to look deep down the field. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked by Kevon Seymour. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. DJ Reader coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 72 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Forced out to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here. No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. And Gotw's kick is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 36 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the...
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Texans draw a bit closer. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now Newton on first down. He sets to fire deep. And got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play there for Carolina. 43 yards.
20.
On first down, Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line.
Brandon, these cornerbacks had their hands full all afternoon long, but they finally get a measure of revenge as he gets himself in a nice spot. He's able to get 2 hands on the football and pick it off.
Now a first down throw. Watson under pressure now. Watson, and down he goes.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
To throw on second is Watson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in his performance.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Watson hands this to Foreman. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. The Texans on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Watson. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. On 2nd down, here's Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
It was funny during the draft process. Someone said to me, well, whoever takes Christian McCaffrey, as it turned out it was Carolina, how are they going to use him? Is he going to be an every down back? Is he going to be a third down?
He's got it at the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The gain of 39 that time. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. Newton takes it himself. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in.
And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Cam Newton scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Panthers have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point try good by Gotw. And they will take a 7-point lead. Gotw out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense,
and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Short throw pick 6 right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Now it's Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Mike Adams. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Newton to throw. Being chased out left. Taking a shot for Samuel. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, the obvious goal is to try and score a touchdown, but at the least, adding to a pretty big yardage total for his intended receiver there, huh?
Yeah, well, when you got a guy over 150 yards, keep chucking it deep to him, I guess.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can get it to him short, and he can make plays that way, but I like what you just said. Throw it to him deep and get it in a big chunk.
But incomplete on that try.
20. That's it. 180.
Third and long, it's Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Now on fourth down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Here's Michael Pilardi now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. Fielded at the 20. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally kept happening.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Here's Watson now on second down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. The Texans on third down. Just one conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, blue lady. Blue lady. Richmond.
Out of the gun, Watson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Thomas has got it. Complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Watson. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I'll just figure there's something wrong with the football.
Back to throw, Watson, eluding the pressure right. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. That's complete right around the 8. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. From the gun, here's Watson. Buying time to his left. That is incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Here's Watson. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Open man is Samuel, complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And Gotw's kick is right through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, they've got to find 2 scores. So, you know, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. And now out comes Houston. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. And I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gotw. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Panthers are winners here as we say so long from Charlotte.